What is up, movie viewers? Dena Views and Reviews here, asking, what are you watching? Well, today I am watching Good American Family. Now, this movie stars Ellen Pompeo, Mark Duplass, Emojine, Faith Reed, Sarayu Blue, Dule Hill, Jenny O'Hara as Dahlman, Liam Anderson as Real Dahlman, Kim Shaw, Christina Hendricks, and Marion Hinkle. It is written by Samantha Levenshus, Katie Robbins, Sarah Sutherland, Jaquin Castellanos, Egan O'Donnell. Directed by Liz Garbus, INB, McDonald Hannah, Fidel C. Mann, Stacy Passon, and Eva Vibes. It is produced by Aaron Levy, Niles Kirshner, Andrew Stern, Sarah Sutherland, Katie Ronis, Laura Holstein, Mike Epps, and Liz Garbus. Now, this is an 8-part mini-series. The Good American Family is what it is called. And it really takes one on a head-spinning ride. It is a journey that can leave you with more questions than answers. It centers around a Christian, suburban, Midwestern family. It's Christine and Michael Barnett. Now, they decide to adopt a little girl from this very shady adoption agency. That soon after the adoption is complete, that agency just falls apart. It disappears. They take a large sum of money from this couple, $7,000 to be exact. But the agency closes down and are faced with several charges from the government. Then they found that there may have been some false paperwork that they received on behalf of this child that they adopted. The little girl to be adopted, she has a very rare form of dwarfism. And the mother, Christine Barnett, who has had successful experiences handling children with certain needs, special needs, or difficulties, she believes that they may be the perfect home in her mind to raise such a child. Now, the father, Michael Barnett, who always wanted a little girl, he seems to be thrilled about it eventually, and he cherishes the idea of walking this child down the aisle one day. He's thrilled with the thought. So they eventually adopt this Ukrainian-born little girl by the name of Natalia. After getting Natalia home and squared away, they soon find that they bit off a little bit more than they could chew because she's exhibiting some wild behavior, strange behavior, along with the tantrums and the threats of violence. The mother is noticing that she appears to be more mature than what she believes or the paper has noted her to be. So she's questioning her identity and what her actual age could possibly be. Now, I gave this movie a 3 out of 5 stars. Now, I'd heard of a story like this in the past where there was a couple who did indeed believe that they had actually adopted an adult that was pretending to be a child. However, in this particular movie, the story is told initially by the mother of the family from her perspective and experience. That's what you see when you're watching it initially. And they're living with Natalia Grace, and they have come to, well, she has come to the conclusion that Natalia is actually a grown woman, and she thinks she's about 22 years old. So they go about the process of petitioning the court and giving her 2 years of psychological as well as medical evaluations to try to determine exactly what her age is, how to deem her an adult. Now, her birth year was eventually changed, and Natalia was given her own apartment where she dwelled alone by herself. The Barnetts then took their biological children and they moved to Canada. But suddenly, in this movie, it changes courses completely. And the story is told and viewed from the perspective of that adopted child. It is told from Natalia Grace's perspective, and it is one that is totally opposite from the initial angle. Natalia maintains that she was left alone as a child, that she was made to falsely believe and have others believe that she was older than what she actually was. But she was in this apartment caring or trying to care for herself alone. At that point, when it changed its course, it kind of left you a bit confused just for a moment. I did later learn that this drama and thriller was inspired by a true story, and it's called The Strange Case of Natalia Grace. Now, I have to admit, though, after observing one version versus the other, it just left me dumbfounded with a whole lot of still unanswered questions about the entire matter at hand, and proves how art can imitate life or vice versa. Now, although a fictionalized version of the Barnetts this movie was, in Natalia's standpoints regarding the adoption, the allegations against the Barnetts, against one another, abandonment issues, and the legal troubles, it is considered to be a fictionalized version, I am told. But either way, it is a very complex issue that no one seems to be completely conclusive about. But it still makes for quite an entertaining and interesting movie to watch. Now, if you're interested in watching Good American Family, you can certainly do so because it is rated mature audience and is currently streaming on Hulu. If you have not already, be sure to like, share, subscribe, and drop me a comment letting me know what you thought of this movie, and tell me what movies or shows you are watching at this time. Join me weekly for another review or movie recommendation, and I want you to remember, it's my view. Now, what are you watching?